It's Thursday morning, and it's time for Tech for Seniors Live, where technology gets its deserved deep dive. This isn't happening via Zoom, so we can't see who's joining the show. So please sign in to the chat box below as we gather around the screen, both far and wide, with curiosity as our ever-trusty guide. We'll navigate the digital seas, a knowledgeable crew, exploring all the tech tips, both old and new. No need for cameras, no need for dress. Just bring your questions and we'll address. From gadgets to apps and all the tech lore, we're here to help, to teach, and much more. So type away in the chat. Don't be shy. Our tech-savvy hosts are here to reply. It's Thursday morning. Let the tech talk flow at the Tech for Seniors Live, the best tech show.
Three, two, one, start. No. Sorry, that's our backup strategy. Oh well, I messed that up. We are going to have a great day today, and we are going to talk about we're going to talk about photo backup strategies and all the tech news of the week. I'm Ron Brown. This is Tech for Senior Live, and it is the 14th of November 2024. We want to welcome you all here. I know your time is valuable, and hopefully we have a great show for you today. Who are we? Well, we're a group of seniors that likes to talk, and we also have a Monday show. So if you have not seen us on our Monday show, please drop by, and I will put up here in the banners here. Should be able to find this. There we go. This is our website. Pop over there and it will tell you how to connect to our Monday show, which is a live show, and it is broadcast to YouTube and Facebook, but we do it as a live broadcast with Zoom. So it is a fun time. So we invite you to come over on our Monday show. This, of course, is our Thursday show. It's not a live show, so we do appreciate if we don't know who's out there. We have no idea who's listening. Maybe it'll be just Ray's maybe listening from Las Vegas. We'll talk about him in just a minute, but we have a panel today, an international panel. I'm, of course, Ron Brown. I'm in Comox, British Columbia, where we just had a horrible storm. Man, oh man, it just rained and howling wind. We have Bob Gustisha and Huey Popluck here today, and I'll introduce them in just a minute. Ray Baxter, who, of course, is usually with us on our Thursday show, is in Sin City. Oh my gosh, Ray, what are you doing in Sin City, Las Vegas? Well, he took his wife and he's actually doing an AI course for a week long and using AI in writing. Very interesting. Carol's involved in that. So he's away this week, and he'll be back on Monday and here the following week. So, Bob Gustisha, your snow went away. What's happening over in Los Lunas?
No? Oh, that's ancient history.
Ancient history?
Ancient
Okay.
history. It's
Any
cold,
new
but
history?
no
Any new
snow.
history?
Yep. It only lasts for a couple of hours. This
All
is
right.
one of the places where you might have snow in the morning and you can go golfing in the afternoon.
There you go. Sounds great. Huey, what's happening with you? You've got some computer problems. You've been having some frustrating times.
Yeah, and it looks like next week we might get another hurricane.
Oh no, really?
Yes.
Tropical storm. They don't think it'll make hurricane strength. That's
Yeah,
one great saving grace.
it
Are you in
still
the path?
isn't.
Are you in the path?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man. Oh well. Okay. Well, let's talk about something nice. Let's talk about the news and tech of the week. But first of all, let's see if there's anybody listening to us. Maybe there's some people out there. Let's have a look at some comments. If you are out there and you're listening, please put a note in the chat. Maybe let us know who you are, where you live, and maybe what the weather is like. And for sure, if you're new, it's really important. If you're new here, we have people all over the world listening to our show today. So we like to know where you're listening from. All right, let's have a look here and see where we are. First person, let's get to Ed Weiss. 49 degrees, cloudy, and central New Jersey. Bernard, Sterling Heights Computer Club, Detroit, Michigan, 45 degrees, light rain. Steve Powell, 51 degrees and light rain. I think Steve's he's over in Seattle area, isn't he? Yeah, so he's on the West Coast, yeah. James, 54 degrees, cloudy in Cooksville, Tennessee. And of course, Mike is here from Chesham, United Kingdom, 10 degrees centigrade. Mike Lehman from Moncton, New Brunswick, and is +3, about 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, look who's here. Hi, Jim. Jim Glass is here. Hi, Jim Glass from beautiful downtown Arcadia. Have a good day again. Nice to see you, Jim. Haven't seen you on our Monday show. It's I do appreciate you, and it's nice to hear. I missed you on the last few Monday shows. Richard Clarkson, 63 degrees in the 70s later on in Southern California. Sally Ann, the rain and more rain continues. Yes, we live on the West Coast. We're getting it for sure. But as long as the snow, we need some snow in the mountains because my family's coming to ski this winter. So hopefully we get some snow. Liz Milford, hi from Ohio, raining and 44 degrees. Murray Strom from Victoria. Good morning from sunny Victoria. Oh, don't rub it in, Murray. Sunny Victoria, BC. A nice day after several cloudy, rainy, and windy days. I seem to have a poor internet connection. Oh, okay. And I think that's it for our comments. Welcome everyone, and welcome to the show. All right, let's get on with it. We need to move ahead, and let me grab the first article. For those of you who are new or listening, we take a couple of articles that were published. We do a little bit deeper dive before we go through all the news articles. Now, I just should remind everybody, if you are, where are we here? Here we go. If you want to follow along with the articles as we go through the show today, sometimes it's hard for you to see them on the screen, but or you may there's a good article and you want to go back and reference the article. The articles are all on our Facebook page. Just type in just go to facebook.com, type in Tech for Senior, and we will get that, and you'll see the articles as we scroll through them. So the first article that came out this week was this was now who actually published the article? Don't rely just on Google Photos for your image backups. Follow this rule instead. Now this is not something new. This has been around for a long time. This is the 3-2-1 rule, and this was created by a man by the name of Peter Krogh, Krogh, and he developed this system many years ago. This is not new at all. There've been many articles, we've discussed this before, but the backup is called 3-2-1. And I thought it would be interesting just to go over this today, since it was a news article. And let me just read. Google Photos is perhaps the best cross-platform image gallery app on Android, and the fuss-free way to back up your images. However, every service, it isn't infallible. Things can go wrong, and I'm a cautious person. So to avoid any potential troubles, I have my digital life by the 3-2-1 backup rule. So we're going to talk about what the 3-2-1 backup rule is. I know that when I did a lot of tech work at our in Mesa, when I was down in Mesa, it was interesting because predominantly a lot of people came in with iPhones, and they had all their pictures on their iPhone. And they came in and said, well, what do we do? And they went to the Apple store because they ran out of memory on their phone, and the Apple store sold them a new phone, right? And they kept it for 2 or 3 years until they filled it up with pictures, and then they would buy another phone, and they just had all their pictures on their phone. Well, occasionally there would be people coming in, and they would, they've lost their phone, truck ran over it, or some disaster happened to the phone, and they thought they lost all their pictures. Well, what they didn't know is Apple by default has their iCloud backup turned on for their pictures, and I was always a great star when I was able to show them that in fact their pictures, whether they knew it or not, were actually backed up. So it is important though that you think about this, because we all think about Google Photos, and yes, it is true that it's highly unlikely Google Photos and their servers all around the world are going to crash and we're going to lose everything. But what could happen, and Bob's talked about this before, is you could get locked out of your account. If your account gets crashed, if remember, your Google Photos is linked to your Google account. And if your Google account gets corrupted or deleted or delisted for a variety of reasons from hacking, right, Bob, then you are out of luck with your Google Photos. So remember that. That's a really important. So that's why I want to talk about this today. Now, again, this philosophy was attributed to Peter Krogh, whose content is still referenced as the gold standard for digital data. Sure, most of it doesn't consider our Google Photos libraries, but they arguably hold more value. So let's look at this. And the 3-2-1 rule means 3 copies of data should be created in total. 2 copies should be made using different media. 1 copy should be kept off-site. For many Google Photos will be the off-site backup. The case and immediacy at which your images are uploaded to the service makes it a solid first backup step. However, the other 2 copies in media are for interpretation. In a sense, one smartphone could house one of the 2 copies, while the other media could be a simple external hard drive, such as an SSD or a network attached storage. So you could have Google Photos have those as backing up into the cloud. You could have a set on your phone and also a set on a hard drive, and those would be your three copies. And in this author says his Google Photos uses offline for their backup. He has a Synology NAS and then an external hard drive, and that's how he does that. So keeping copies of your images close to your chest on platforms and media you control is always a good idea. So I just wanted to bring that up today. Bob, you guys got any comments on that? It's not really something that we talk a lot about, but I think it's something that we should be not just relying totally on our Google Photos account.
Actually, in Windows 11 and I guess 10 now too, where you can access your phone through your computer, it now becomes very easy to go to the DCIM folder on your
Right.
phone
Yeah,
and
right.
just copy it over, and you can set it up so that it automatically does that for you. As you take a new picture, it automatically gets saved to whatever hard drive or folder you designate as the backup.
And
As
I
I
think you did a
recall,
video about that last week, did you not?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Very good. What do you think, Huey? Any comments?
yeah, as I recall, I think you can download your files from Google Photos as well. Now, if you got a lot of photos out there, it's going to be I think it zips them, and I
Right.
think as I recall, it
500
zips them in
photos.
this.
It's
Yeah,
500 photos per zip file.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So if
it'll
you
do
got a
multiple
couple of
zips. Yeah,
thousand, you're talking about a lot of zip files coming your
yeah,
way.
It is, and the other problem is that that's through a service in Google called Takeout, and it's not just your Google Photos. You can use Takeout to export your email or whatever service you want in Google, and it's called Takeout. But they're not You're right, they're zipped, and so it's not really it's a lot of work, and it isn't really easy to do. So anyway, that's Bob, that's a good idea though, with the synchronization of your files there with between your PC and your phone. That's a good one. That's an easy
They
one to do.
sometimes have those little.
Yeah, right. All right. Now the next one that was a big news this week, and I'm going to actually play a little clip that Bob made in a moment here, but the news this week, of course, was with Gemini. Now Gemini, of course, is Google's AI, and we have, of course, Gemini Live. Now, Bob's going to talk a little bit about that in a minute, because Gemini Live is conversational AI. It's you can chat with it, right? But this week, which was interesting, is in Gemini Live, you're going to be able to upload your documents into Gemini Live. It's going to review your documents, and you can have a chat about it with AI, right? So you can do if you do a presentation, you can do it in Google Docs or something, and you can upload it to Gemini Live, and you can say, "Hey, what do you think of my presentation?" And it's going to talk about it. And you can have a little chat in the morning about your presentation. So I think that is so cool. Now, the big news this week, of course, is that Apple now has in their store the app for iPhones for Gemini, and included in that, in the Gemini app, is also the Gemini Live part. But I want to just play I'm not going to play Bob's whole video, because I'm going to do that on our Monday show. But I just want to play the first minute or minute and a half, and you'll see what we're talking about here. It'll make a lot more sense. I think a picture is worth 1,000 words, right, Bob? All right. Always. All right. Let's see what Bob has to say.
There seems to be a little confusion about how do you activate and converse with Gemini Live. We are all so used to communicating with the Alexa device and the Google device, but in order to use them, you have a command that you have to use in order to start a conversation with those devices, to ask them to do certain things. With Gemini Live, it's different. You're looking at my Pixel 6, and you see Gemini, and when I select it recognizes me. Now, this is the regular Gemini, and I have the Gemini Pro version. But next to the Ask Gemini box, right next to it, you'll notice that little symbol. Well, when you select it, that is Gemini Live. And once you select it, you'll see this new box open up, and you can see here that it is listening to me. It's just waiting for me to ask whatever I want to ask, and then it'll give me an answer. Hello, Gemini. What's today's weather going to be?
It sounds like you're curious about this new AI assistant tool. To start, how about asking about the weather for today?
I just did that. Would you give me the answer?
All right. So the first thing you need to, excuse me just a second here. The first thing you need to know is that Gemini Live is only available on the mobile version, and that is true with the Apple and the Android versions. They're only available as a mobile, and right now. And it's also available free, so you don't actually have to have the paid version for that. So whether you, and now the iOS app for your iPhone and your Android app, they're exactly similar. And as Bob showed you there, you can click, and that's how you get to the live. I'd give it a try. I think it's really a lot of fun. It's like Miss A on steroids, right?
Yeah, one word of caution. When you turn it on, make sure when you're finished, you turn it off, because otherwise it just keeps interacting with you. Even if you go somewhere else, if you don't turn it off, it's there, it listens, it responds when you ask a question.
And it hears
it
other
also
people
records
too.
everything, okay? So be careful.
It's like a few people I know. All right. Well, thanks so much. All right, that's the two articles I want to talk a little bit about. I'm going to go back.
Just one final note on that.
Yep.
I do have it on my Samsung phone, and I was able to now I can say "Hey G" and it accesses it, and then I hit that little icon and off it goes. So
well, Google, of course, Gemini replaced Google Assistant. So if you want to, if you're using Google Assistant, Gemini would. Now on a Pixel phone, it's automatically substituted in for you, but on any other phone, you probably need to download the app and install it. But
yeah, Samsung's default is Bixby.
What is it? Does anyone use Bixby? Anyway, yes, exactly. So, but it is available on and it's not just Google phone, not a Pixel phone. It's available on any phone, including now iPhone. So give it a try. I think it's a blast. All right, before we get to news articles, let me just check and see if there's anybody else that's listening. Richard says, I have photos backed up on an external drive, Amazon Photos, Google Photos, Google One, and Dropbox. Well done. Steve says, not a good idea to use flash drives for archive backups. All right. Let's get on with the news. I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to yours, Huey, and we'll add this to the stage.
The first one is yours.
And I'm going to just bring over on mine so I can read this now. You want to just refresh your because I think
I just did. I just did.
All right.
I don't have anything, so don't worry.
You're okay? All right. All right. This is the new. This just came out this morning. This is excited. Now, I don't get excited about very many things, but I am excited about this. And this is Pixel's phone app real-time scam detection is rolling out in beta. Finally, we are going to have, if you have a Pixel phone, we're going to have a phone app now that will, in real time, detect scam detection for incoming phones. And it's going to, and it's rolling out, so we should be able to block and completely get rid of scam detection. And it's going to be available, Bob, for all, I think it goes back to Pixel 6, so you should be getting it as well. So I checked this morning and I don't have it yet. It's just rolling out in beta. So let's watch for this one. I think this is going to be a good one. You guys got any comments on that? Are you excited?
On my Samsung, a good many of the calls will say scam likely on the incoming ID.
Yeah. So good news on this. I'm excited about that. We'll be doing more about that as we go along. AI. This is you, Huey.
Yeah, top AI list, tools list. It's an image, so you can't click on anything, but it's just a list, a lot of the top AI tools. Some of them are free, or some of them have at least a free plan. So it just gives you an idea of some of the tools that are out there for what purpose.
Huey, I'm having a hard time. There's so many, I can't keep up to it. Do you know what happened? Hey, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I have, of course, a paid Zoom account for our show on Monday, and I got an email from Zoom, and they said, "Hey, do you want to use Perplexity Pro?" And I said, "Sure." And they gave me a year's free subscription to Perplexity. Well, it's another AI feature I have. So just if our listeners are out there and they're listening and they have a paid Zoom account, watch for that email, because I just signed up and it was all free. But there's so many. How do you keep track of them all?
It's difficult. And you can see right here under research assistance is Perplexity. And when I open up my browser, by default, it opens up Perplexity, Claude, and Gemini. And so I go back and forth between them.
Don't forget, Meta AI is totally
Meta.
free.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, that's
and of course Copilot.
And Copilot. Oh man. Okay, keep going.
Hey, this is from me. Apple is targeting March for release for their new wall-mounted smart display product, as reported by 9 to 5 Mac. So what they have is, let's see, is aiming to release its first Apple Intelligence-powered smart home device. In other words, like the Miss A and the G device, they're going to have it, but it's going to be smart right from the beginning. And so it looks like sometime in March it will be available. So still
They have a price
many
tag?
months away. No, and not even a picture.
So the other thing, you guys, I don't know, like, this isn't Apple's first time in this idea, and they failed miserably the last time they tried this. And of course, Miss A and the guys over there haven't made a dime on any of their Echo devices and all that whole thing, because they haven't been able really to charge for smart home services. So it'll be interesting to see what is the business model of how this is all going to work, and will it be very popular?
Yeah, the Miss A version of AI is going to cost probably about $10 or $20 a month extra, and they keep putting it off. It was supposed to have been released already, and then they put it off a couple of months, and now it's after the first of the year, or at least in December. So it's still got to come yet.
This is an article that Ray has, and this is Microsoft makes Windows 11 24H2 available for more PCs as 2 upgrade blocks lift. So I should also add, they're getting more sneaky. There's another article later on today that you'll see, and they've got a few new buttons that like double negatives. Are you sure you really don't want to install the update? And you have to be concerned to which one you're going to push. And it's just like they did back with Windows 10, way back when we covered the start of Windows 10. They were doing the same thing. So be careful which button you choose, because you may find Windows 11 getting installed. Okay.
This is also
Ray,
raised.
yeah. New thermal paste material provides 72% better cooling than conventional paste. So this, I imagine, is the cooling paste they use when they're using heat sinks in PCs and laptops.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm assuming, which is obviously a very good idea because we have to cool all these devices, eh? That's one of the reasons why you should never have your laptop sitting on your lap, on top of an Afghan or something like that you're, and it's keeping it nice and warm because that just adds to heat to your machine.
This was raised as well.
I can't see that. Do you want to comment on that?
Yeah, U.S. judge dismisses media outlets' copyright suit against OpenAI.
Okay.
I think some of the news sources were saying that OpenAI built their ChatGPT using their news sources, and they were suing them, and the judge threw it out.
Okay. The next article is an interesting one, and I actually have a couple of pictures. Let me just bring down here. Right, let's look here. No, this one here. So this article was the most popular phones brands by region. So this was sort of interesting. If you look at this article here, sorry, look at this one. This is, you can't see it. This is brands by North America. So you lump everyone together and you'll see that Apple has 51% of the market, Samsung 23, Google 12, Motorola 3, and Xiaomi, which I imagine that's because probably Mexico is included, but otherwise you wouldn't see that. So you're probably that's what we're looking at for North America. If we're looking at Canada and the US and Mexico, we've talked about this before. If you look at the USA, Apple has 51% of the market. Samsung has 24%, and Google's up. Google was 7-8% before. They're actually up to 15%. So they're really coming along in the United States, which of course you would expect. So that's it. So comparing it to Canada, I couldn't believe it. Apple 60%. Like, what is with it? They just 60% of all the market is Apple. Samsung 25%. Google not so much, about half as much as the United States with 6.5%. Mexico, Apple 32%, Samsung 23%, and of course we start to see Motorola coming in. And then if you take Europe, Apple is 36%, Samsung 31%. Then you start to see Chinese influence here, 12% for Xiaomi, Huawei 3%, and Oppo about 3% as well. And I think the final one here was if you compare the UK, Apple is 50% in England, 50.8, Samsung 30, and Google about 5%. Germany, Apple, of course, is 37%, Samsung 33, and again, the presence of Chinese, Xiaomi, and Spain. Now, this is interesting. Spain, actually, Xiaomi Chinese is 28.26, Samsung 27, and Apple 23. Sort of an interesting spread there. So that's if you wanted to go back and look at that article, that will give you the regions there. This is yes, this is an interesting one. This is very interesting. I don't know if you guys saw this. This came out by The Verge this morning. So YouTube is testing music remixes made by AI. So what it's going to let you do is take a popular song, AI is going to remix it so that it is still it's different than the original song and lets you place a 30-second clip in your video. So I'm not quite sure what this is all about, but anyway, this is if you're a creator, this may be something you might be interested in. I guess if you took a popular music and you did the remix and you got a 30-second clip and it sort of had the same idea going forth, that it might be beneficial to you. You guys, you have a thought on this? I'm not quite sure I see the purpose of this, but interesting.
It's doing copyrighted music and doing an AI remix. I assume the hope is that it will then no longer, that 30-second, be copyrighted, but it's not something I would touch with a 10-foot pole.
Like this, that sounds really weird to me. And it came out this morning. I thought, well, I gotta talk about it. Maybe I have no idea what that's all about. Anyway, Microsoft begins promoting Windows 11 24H2 on Windows 10 to push migration. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Be careful of what button you push. If you want to stay on Windows 10, you may not, it may be happening. So they're pulling their little tricks now. And this was all about the latest. You can look at that if you want to.
And I'm still having issues with 24H2 with blue screens. I spent 7 hours between Dell and Microsoft support the day before yesterday, and I still don't have it resolved.
My machine that's not supposed to be running Windows 11 to start with is having no issues with 24H2. Outside of the fact there are some things that just don't work because the computer is not supposed to be running Windows 11.
Final Cut Pro. I think that's the next one here. There we go. Final Cut, Apple updates Final Cut Pro for Mac, iPad, and Final Cut camera. So if you are using this video editing software on your Mac, make sure you update it because there is an update out there for you. This is an article that we have already talked about. Google's Gemini now is now available on the iPhone app. Yeah, this was interesting. Yeah. Do you guys know about? I don't have this, but it's a lot like we've talked about Notebook before. As an AI learning feature, it's an experimental feature from Google. This is Google's AI learning companion, and it's I did a video about Google Lens and using Google Lens to do homework and how it creates the homework help for you, which is really interesting. I gather this takes it to the next level. Google's AI learning companion takes chatbot answers a step further. This is not available in Canada. I looked that up this morning. Have you guys heard about this, or have you used it at all?
Yeah, actually Google has several different things that they're testing that we have here in the US anyway. We have access to and to test and play with. Whether or not they actually become a part of Google will depend upon how the tests work out, I guess.
Yeah. Just I thought that was interesting. Have you guys played with this one at all? Have you played with that? Okay.
This is the same one that I talked about.
The same one, yeah. We've discussed that. The verdict is out on this one. Bob, guess what? What are the passwords you definitely shouldn't be using in 2024? The list is
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Password.
Yeah, Bob will just cringe on this. Out of all the work we do, So here are the 10 most common passwords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Password. QWERTY123, QWERTY1, or this is novel. 111111. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or here's one, secret, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So, Bob, I guess
we've been on that list for the last, I don't know how many, since passwords were first started to be used.
Yeah, yeah,
They're
it's
the
crazy.
same
But you know,
ones every single year, and nobody seems to learn.
I know. But you know, it is frustrating. I mean, I was setting up my Bitwarden on my PC, and you know, it's it it, it fortunately for me, I have a fingerprint reader, and I just assign everything to my fingerprint, so I just have to hit that. But you know, it's always asking me for my master password, which, you know, if you create a very strong long master password, it would drive you nuts. So I think people just get frustrated with this because every time you're asked to put your password in, you know, and or make a new password up, it can be very frustrating.
But see, that's when you can use some tools that when you hit a shortcut key, it automatically types that for you.
It does. It does. Or pass keys. You know, we talk lots about pass keys. So
That's
anyway,
still the best way to go is with pass keys,
yeah,
and they're becoming more and more relevant all the time.
that's for sure. Live
This is
scam
one
detect.
we've already covered. Yeah.
Yep, but a good one coming up. Yes. The Galaxy 25 launch date was leaked, and of course that will be January the 25th, which is coming up very quickly. So if you are looking at the next generation of the Galaxy phone, you'll probably be looking at all the sales on now. I mean, with Black Friday coming up, we're starting to see the Black Friday ads and all the ads that are coming. But anyway, have a look. You want to look at this article. We'll tell you all about the sneak preview. Um, I put this in there just because I thought it was interesting. I'm trying out a new video creation tool made by a company called InVideo, and they are really having a very good success. Boom. They are really doing well in their. This talks about their revenue recovery and how many people are using it, and it is growing exponentially. It's interesting. Um, I don't know how Microsoft 360 Business Premium is eligible. I didn't publish this. I don't know who said I did. All right. Microsoft 365 Business Premium is free for eligible nonprofits that now
So if you're a nonprofit, just check your eligibility to see if you might be eligible for some.
Interesting.
Some,
Yeah. Yep.
Gee, Ron, you uploaded a lot this month or this week.
I did. This was, I think, a King Commando article. 6 holiday scams you need to know about. Bob's done a ton of videos about this. If you might just want to have a look at this. Now will the rise of RCS enough to finally end the American love with SMS texting?
I think you're ahead of me.
All right.
Yep.
The Amazon super cheap Temu competitor is here.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I didn't see that. Okay, I don't see it.
Yeah. And I've got an article later on about it as well. Amazon's going to have $20 or less items, and I think there's a certain amount. I think it's $30 at least per order to get free shipping. It does not involve your Prime. If you are a Prime user, it doesn't give you free anything through Prime, but it does give you free shipping, I think, after $30. But
So
everything on there is $20 or less.
And what's it called, Huey? I can't see the article. What's it? Just click on it and you can see that. What's it called?
Yeah, let me.
I can't. What's it called?
Doesn't say. Haul. Amazon Haul. HAUL.
Correct. All right. So and this is just released this week, and it's not available in Canada. It's only available in the United States, and so and I don't think it'll probably be coming to Canada for a very long time. but it's called Amazon Haul. You should see that on your menu on your Amazon account. Click that and it will go there. And like Huey said, it does not you don't get free delivery. Prime has nothing to do with it, but it's the cheap Temu level stuff that you can get and deliver it as long as your order is over $35.
Yeah, a lot of the items are $2-3, but it can be something up to $20.
Have you guys gone on it yet? It just was released this
I've
week.
not even looked. I have not even looked at it yet.
Okay. Well, let everyone know this was just released this week. Now, in keeping with Bob's video on Monday that he played about being a minimalist, remember that one, Bob? You shouldn't be buying all this stuff. I thought that was cool. Anyway, that was an interesting one. All right. Where are we here? Let's come back up.
Apple's going, this is yours. Apple's going after Google and Amazon with a new smart home computer competitor.
Yeah.
And we've already talked about that.
We did that already.
And this is yours, Ron, as well. NVIDIA's hot new AI chip has its first customer.
Yes. And that is, of course, Japan. And Japan will be bringing in their main AI government, that they're going to be using AI for their big platform in Japan. And so they're going to be using the new Blackwell chip from NVIDIA. And so this is a big announcement. Japan's going to put a lot of money into NVIDIA, which will, of course, NVIDIA is very happy with. And this is the announcement and the completion of the contract with Japan.
Ron, this is you. Spotify takes aim at YouTube in battle for podcasts.
Yeah. So they're really heaping up. Do you guys do any podcasts on Spotify? I mean,
Sure do. Yeah.
Do you? Because they're going to, they have, they're going to do the same scenario. They're going to have a monetization program. They're going to do audio and video, and they're going to do pretty much, and you can buy ad-free. You can get a premium account and have ad-free playing. It's like they're trying to clone themselves on YouTube. Do you guys do very much on Spotify? I don't.
I have in the past, but not the paid account. But I do. I use YouTube on my TVs, and I watch a lot of podcasts and replay of videos and so on YouTube all the time.
I use both
with a nice
YouTube,
big screen. Yeah,
YouTube and
Spotify.
But I don't use the paid version of Spotify.
Yeah,
I don't either.
If it ain't free, I don't want it.
It's an interesting platform for sure. Yep. And certainly they're really giving people an option here. I thought it might be interesting.
And there's a lot of items in the news now saying that some of the traditional TV news cable channels, as well as regular TV channels, are being replaced for news by podcasters. Mm-hmm. Joe Rogan, is it Joe? Jerry. Anyway, Rogan, he had 11 million people watch his podcast or listen to his podcast when he interviewed Trump. And it's just, and then compare that with the various TV channels. They're finding a lot of, especially the younger people, are relying on podcasts and not the traditional news services. You're going to, and right now I'm seeing articles that saying that a lot of the top, because of them losing so much money, CNN is probably going to lay off a lot of their top paid people, as well as MSNBC's up for sale.
Oh, really?
Want to buy it? Yeah, want to buy it?
Before we go on here, I just want to do the last couple of comments, Huey, before we finish off. Let's come down here. Richard says, not going to switch to the S25 Ultra. I'll keep using my free S23. Richard, I'm sort of disappointed in you. You've always been a techie guy, and you let me down on the 24. I thought for sure you'd get the 24, but you're not biting on the 25. Amazing.
Still on the 22.
Yeah. So James says Amazon Hall is only available as a mobile phone app. Okay, good one, James. Uh, James, have you tried it? Just put in the if you could put in the chat. I'm dying to know anyone that's tried it. So it's only available as a mobile phone app
That leaves
in
me out.
in the United States.
We'll have to try it and just to see what it's like so we could report on it. We
Yeah.
have to buy junk.
Hold on here.
Something on the background. Yeah.
My Google, my phone's talking to me. All right.
Here's another one about the same thing.
Hold
And
on here.
here's another
I think
one.
we've got one more. Richard said the S23 and 24 are very similar. Okay. All right. Let's. Where are we, Huey? We're back.
Yeah, and this was an article from 2023. FBI warns consumers not to use public phone charging stations.
We've
It's an
been
old
through that.
article.
And again,
Yeah.
do you guys think? I mean, with all the batteries that we got and people carrying, do you think? I don't think that's really an issue anymore. Do you? I wonder. I don't know.
Some people, but that's the article I had about carrying the chargers online. But if nothing else, carry a block in your own cable and plug it into
Yeah.
a power.
Yeah.
Don't use one of those machines.
So this was interesting. How big are your TVs? Like, I can't believe this. Like, these things are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they're flying off the shelves. Of course, we're moving in now to Black Friday, which of course will be huge TV sales. 98 inches. Like, these things are massive, and they're flying off the shelves. And so the article was
I'm going to have to open the door and have part of it out the door.
Super giant TVs are flying off the shelves. And I looked and I thought, you got to be kidding. Anyway, well,
I have a cabinet and it won't fit in that cabinet. I'd have to put this in the bedroom. Imagine a 98-inch TV in the bedroom.
well, okay. That's life, right? And this is
Ron, you just uploaded a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I did. Keep going. We talked about that one.
Okay.
Oh, did we talk about RCS? Just go back up. Did we
No.
talk about this one? Is the maybe we came down and then went back up. Is the end of RCS is the RCS darn it, I can't read what is
It's
the
Is the rise of RCS enough to finally end the American love affair with SMS?
So this is very interesting because I don't know if you guys have checked it, but so SMS texting, of course, we've had since before internet, right? SMS texting has been around. This is a service your phone provides, but it never was compatible with the with Google's with Apple's iPhone. You couldn't text between an iPhone and a Android phone. And of course, the new standard now is RCS. And I thought, okay. And I wondered if on my service on my phone that, so I went and I looked in settings on the mobile, on the phone app, and looked in settings for under texting. And my provider says right on there, it's RCS now. And I didn't do anything. It just occurred and it's automatic. So maybe on your phone apps, you guys have a look on your phone app and go to settings and look and see if RCS is enabled. This is something your carrier will do. You don't have to do anything, and it should be enabled by your carrier. And mine automatically is.
I think some will convert automatically. So now you can text with an iPhone if you have an Android, which you couldn't do before.
Right. And that's what I'm saying, but that's set up through the phone service links.
Yeah.
And it's like you say, Huey, it's automatic. On mine, it was automatic and it's already enabled. So I thought, well, that's interesting. Okay. Let's go.
And I always tried to avoid it because I thought RCS meant really can't spell. But then they automatically upgraded me and I found out that I still can't spell.
This was an article just just to remind everybody, this is like a gaming monitor, which was it's on your screen. How big is the monitor? Did it say 32 inches? I can't
It
read.
doesn't say.
It does say, I think it was 32 inches. It's on for 229 at Walmart. So if you are looking for a bigger
30,
monitor,
34 inch.
34-inch monitor for $229 made by Samsung, and it's a good monitor if it's a gaming monitor. So if it's coming up and you're looking at a bigger screen, good time to buy now.
And you didn't give me a chance at all.
Yeah, nobody got a chance.
LG's now.
Yeah, they have a stretchable screen, and I don't know.
I thought
I don't
that
know
was
why
cool.
I don't know why you would want to have that.
Well, maybe if you're putting it's not on a flat surface. It's sort of a curved surface. You could just mold it around. I thought that was a cool idea. Is that yours or mine?
Yours. Microsoft Edge is trying to forcefully get your Chrome tabs again.
Yes, this was an article about they're sneaky. Microsoft's sneaky. When you do your upgrades or anything like that, they're always trying to convert it to Microsoft Edge. And I don't know if you've seen that or you've probably had that problem, Huey, where you click on something, it opens it, and you think, "What am I doing? Where is everything?"
Yeah.
And it's opened in Edge, not Chrome, right? So be careful.
This is you as well.
Yes, finally, I am so happy with this. They are getting rid of mail, calendar, and well, the big one that I find is mail in Microsoft in Windows. So if you click on email, it's not just going to give you that stupid mail, because it's okay if you have Outlook, but if anything else, it doesn't work. So they're going to get rid of that. So you'll no longer see that anymore.
Wouldn't matter to me. I use Gmail.
Well, yeah, but that's the point, is you go there and you can't use Gmail, and it's a bad loop. Big sale on this coming up on Pixel 9s. So look for that.
I got the offer yesterday, and it really gives you a good price with a good trade-in.
Mm-hmm.
Gemini will soon call and text for you without you needing to unlock your phone. That's from you, Ron.
Yep. Another feature that it'll be available.
Google's next-gen Gemini 2.0 AI model is rumored to be launching in December. And Ron again, Gemini AI starts riding shotgun on Google Maps.
Yes, big changes to Google Maps with AI. Lots of fun there. Probably do a show about that coming up. I thought that. So just have a look at that.
And when it starts to make up stories, you could wind up someplace you didn't expect to go.
Google Gemini is set to finally reach its full potential and take over from Google Assistant, thanks to a major something, Ron. This is you as well.
Yep. Keep going.
And this is you too. Chrome
Really?
on your iPhone can search using pictures and words at the same time.
Yes.
This is you also, Ron. Google says gems are one of the most used Gemini advanced features. Adds file upload. Now you can upload files directly to your gem instructions.
Yep, we talked about that earlier today. Bob's talked about gems. He uses that.
Speaking of Bob, this is yours.
A helpful website. Add this to your toolbox. It allows you to do time zone converter, event link, world clock, time calculator, and schedule.
Is that the i.imgur.com? Or is that just where the article was?
No, that's the picture. It's the dateful.com.
Okay. Yeah, there it is right there. Okay. And Ron again. We already did that one.
We did that one.
Bob, Gemini Live.
Talked about that. Played that video.
And Ron, scientists pen letter demanding FCC regulate SpaceX's occupation of orbit.
Lots of junk.
Yep. And Ron again, no picture. QZ.
Just pass on that.
Okay. And Ron, Amazon is taking on NVIDIA with an AI freebie.
Amazon is taking on NVIDIA. I can't. Just pass on that. I can't remember. That was an earlier article I published.
This is Ron again. I think I put this one in as well. Waymo opens robo-taxi service to anyone in Los Angeles, marking its largest expansion yet. They're also going to be doing it in Atlanta, I believe it was, and one other city. I don't remember which one. I think I would try that. And that's a driverless taxi.
Just hold on, Huey. Just hold on for a minute. I want to thank Michael Daniels for a donation today. Thank you so much, Michael. We haven't heard from you. Michael, of course, was that last hurricane really hammered him, but it's nice to see you're up on your feet and listening again. I appreciate you being around, and thank you so much for all the work you do on your channel as well. Thanks a lot.
Ron, we're not even going to get to mine. Apple's AI notification summaries are unintentionally hilarious.
I think Apple's having a hard time with their AI right now.
And 23andMe lays off 40% of staff, shuts drug development business. So
I think
they've had a lot of issues. Yeah.
They're going under.
Bob, you did a video on password managers, which is very good, as all of yours are. Ron again. I use these apps to get Mac OS features on my Microsoft Windows PC. So make use of article.
Yep.
And Ron again, the Pixel Watch security update for November is rolling out now.
I think it's time to look and see if we have any closing comments, because we're almost
nobody there. So keep going.
And we still got all of Ron's stuff, and I haven't even got to mine.
All right. Well, we are going to cover that next week because we are at top of the hour coming up here. So I think we'll just close that.
It just goes to show that there were many, many good news articles, and we covered a lot of them, but not nearly all of them. And in order to keep up with it, do check out our Facebook page, because we do upload and post those articles throughout the week.
And and that's right. And if you have a newsletter, or you're looking for stuff to put in your newsletter, or you're just generally interested in tech articles, we review them, and these are articles that we think you would be interested in. So we sort of we streamline them for you, so they're available for you to see. And also, if you want to go back now and you think, oh, that was a good article, I want to learn more about that, then it's available for you just on our page. So I want to thank everyone for coming today. Thank you so much for your coming and spending an hour with us. We certainly do appreciate that. We will, of course, be back same time, same place next week. If you would like, you can also drop in and see us on our Monday show. I know that we have a great show coming up this Monday, but you can learn all about it by going and signing up for our newsletter. Our newsletter will be out on Saturday, and it lists the agenda for the Monday show. So if you haven't subscribed, send over to our website, and there's a big button there, and you can subscribe. It's ad-free, and it doesn't cost you a single penny. And we don't sell your database to anybody at all. Thank you. I want to thank Bob Gastisia for his great video that he did today. Thank you, Bob, for all the stuff that you do. And Huey, I feel for you. Having computer problems is not fun. It's a very, it's hard enough doing all the work we do without having that is an added stress. So I think, my heart goes out to you. Please please take it easy. Don't wear yourself out. And we will see everybody either on Monday or next Thursday. Bye now.
Bye, everybody.